just shows the deforestation that has gone on in Haiti. We'll speak further on this. And when she was trying to take us through the history of the two countries, Apan also made mention of Papa Doc and Baby Doc, Francois Duvalier and his son Jean-Claude Duvalier, and how they ruled Haiti. This is Rafael Trujillo, that was a dictator for the Dominican Republic. We're going to have more discussions on this. This just shows the policy and institutional perspective. The key thing you pick from here, before we just get to the summary where we speak on everything, is these quotes that we put here. That every democratic institution, from Haiti's justice system to parliament, is no longer functioning as we speak. What is happening right now is that Haiti is being run by criminal gangs that have strong political affiliations. Why Dominican Republic is functioning and things are going on well. We'll just discuss just the summary of everything, and then we're going to discuss the points one by one. The purpose of this discussion is to understand why Haiti is so poor. Poverty rate in Haiti right now is about 58%, and Dominican Republic is 23%, and they are located in the same Hispaniola island. And when we talk about poverty, it just points directly to the GDP per capita, which Apan already showed in her first slide. You can see the divergence. You can see how they were just going, and at some point, this is the Dominican Republic, and this is Haiti. The divergence is spectacular, maybe just equaled with equaled by the case of North Korea and South Korea. Back to this, so we look at why is the GDP, why is productivity low in Haiti, and so why is productivity low in Haiti? We'll see the issues one by one. What are the causes, and then what's led to the way things are right now? We look at the foreign debt. In 1804, after the two former slaves had started the revolt, and it got to a point when the French decided to give Haiti their independence. They said they were going to get reparations for slaves that they brought from Africa. They brought about 800,000 slaves, more than that, from Africa, and lands as well that they were going to lose in giving Haiti their independence. They ended up reaching an agreement by 1825, and Haiti was supposed to pay France what would today be about $22 billion. They paid it for 120 years, using 80% of their revenue for this payment. Dominican Republic did not have that issue, where the colonizer put that kind of debt burden on them. We look at the foreign intervention. In 1915, at the outset of the First World War, the United States, because they were worried that the Germans were going to take over that region, they sent their Marines to invade the island, both Dominican Republic and Haiti. They ended up spending about 8 years in Dominican Republic, but for Haiti, the Marines were there to like 1934. And there were a lot of unstable governments, and the US was focused on deposing presidents and legislatures that didn't support their presence. By the time they left Haiti, 15,000 people had died in the process against the United States administration. And then they also created a system that would contribute to the current system that led to some of the issues that we're having now. In terms of leadership and the political instability, which Apana has also talked about, after the US left in 1934, a lot of unstable governments led to the dictatorship of Papa Doc that started in 1957. Papa Doc eventually died, and then his son took over and named himself as president for life. During their regime, they were just kleptocrats. What they did was just to loot, to steal. They were very corrupt, and they ran the country with criminal gangs. By the end of their regimes in 1986, like 30,000 people were either dead or missing. But because of mass protests against their government and also international pressure, Baby Doc fled the country. After Baby Doc left the country in 1986, they were thrown into another phase of a lot of unstable government. It continued as at 2021. The then president, Jovenel Moïse, was assassinated, and the prime minister became acting president. They've not been able to hold any election because the prime minister, Henri, is still the acting president. And as recent as last year, an attempt was made on his life, and he survived. Haiti is the most unstable country in Latin America, whilst Dominican Republic is one of the most stable. Somehow, they've been able to have smooth transitions that didn't involve assassinations. Although Trujillo was killed, but the thing about Trujillo was that he still credited with modernizing the economy of Dominican Republic. So they had presidents, even till now, they have presidents, and they've had presidents who were not perfect, but they were focused on economic development. Haiti did not have that. Haiti has never had that. I don't need to say anything about corruption because I've already said it. The Baby Doc and Papa Doc were just kleptocrats, and that is just the story of Haiti. Corrupt presidents, corrupt leaders who just use criminal gangs to run the state. We talk about the issue of deforestation and soil erosion, which also has affected a lot of things. There are two causes to this deforestation. Number one is the French aggressive exploitation of the resources. And this started around 1730 when coffee was introduced. And they needed to, there was no real policy for logging operations. There was indiscriminate cutting of trees. It led to massive deforestation. Just to put a picture to it, as at 1923, more than 60% of the Haitian lands were forested. Now, it is less than 2%. And when deforestation, and the second reason why this deforestation still keeps happening is that after the French left, Haitians, they needed to pay, and they focused on timber, the trade of timber, which meant that they had to cut down more trees. Even till now, 60% of Haitian energy, local, they get it from wood, charcoal. So they just need to, cut down trees. And that has also led to a lot of soil erosion and food insecurity. In terms of the natural disaster, thank you, I see you. In terms of the natural disasters, there's a lot of natural disasters that have happened to Haiti over the years. That is the Hurricane Hazel that happened in 1954. One of the biggest ones was the earthquake that happened in 2010 that ended up killing more than 220,000 people and then displacing 5 million people. Between 2015 and 2017, there was a drought that led to 70% crop loss for Haitians who were mostly subsistence farmers. In 2021, another earthquake happened, and just a couple of days after that, Tropical Storm Grace came with its heavy rains and flooding and landslide, and then there was Hurricane Matthew in 2016. One of the reasons is that where Haiti is located, it is prone to, where Haiti is located is prone to severe storm, natural disasters, and the deforestation is not making things even better. And the issue of poor city planning is also a case, just magnifies the events of this. The Dominican Republic does not have this. issue as much as Haiti does. And then there's the issue of unemployment at 40%. And immigration, when you have young people, because the median age for Haiti is like 24. When you have young people who they don't have anything to do, you find that a lot of them would want to leave. And then the issue of unemployment, people who are supposed to be productive, they don't have anything to do. And just like Professor said in the morning, you have young people and there's nothing to be done. It will end up increasing the chances of political instability. Overpopulation, Haiti is overpopulated, slightly more populated than Dominican Republic, but in terms of land area, it is about 27,000 square kilometers compared to Dominican Republic that is about 47,000 square kilometers. They're overpopulated, so you have a lot of them going for the resources that are left. And in terms of the macroeconomic policy, the Dominican Republic has always focused on education. The government, the president have always focused on education, sending people to school. Literacy rate in Dominican Republic is 98.8%, and in Haiti is about 60.7%. The issue of the focus on infrastructure, the road network is like 3 times more dense than Haiti. Export orientation, they try to work with the system of free trade zones, and inflation rates currently in Haiti is about 44.4%, and in Dominican Republic is about 5.7%. In conclusion, there's a lot that Haiti can learn from its neighbors, but the problem is now beyond them, because there's a lot of humanitarian crises that they need to solve, and they need to have a leader who is not corrupt and who is also focused on massive reform. It's easier said than done, but it's just a mess.